welcome to Delta Lodge Outdoors. I'm your host, Julius Craig. This is a show where we attempt to bring quality information on topics to people and work and listen from our viewers and guests on what's going on in the industry and just overall have fun. You might learn something, you might not, but we're going to have fun doing it. Hey everybody, we're just going to dive into today's episode. We already did the intro there. Hope everybody's been doing great. This is Monday, December 16th. This one will come out December 17th, so Tuesday, so tomorrow. I think on today's episode I'm going to talk about how our deer season has went so far this year. We've made a pretty good amount of hunts. I hunted public land a little bit in North Louisiana the first week. Saw a couple deer. I think I've went over that in a prior episode. One of my buddies should have killed and shoulda, coulda. Just he made a mistake, and I think he's learned from it and won't do that again. Then he's also switched to saddle hunting since then because he's realized how much easier it is to maneuver around with that than it was for him with a climbing stand and everything. And sorry, making a little noise moving some stuff on the desk. So he switched to that. It all should be coming in this. He's got everything but his saddle. He's got his 1.6 set up. He's got his rappel set up. He should have his saddle actually this week. So he's hoping to get it this week and actually get to use it this weekend. And but he's gonna come in and do an episode with us too. That's Brant, because his deer season, his dad's killed one, his niece has killed one, and then he killed one, all does. But they've had a pretty good private land Louisiana hunting season. Ty, who was on our Ty's been on a podcast with us, and he went to the North Louisiana trip with us. He made a trip to Kentucky, I believe, with some buddies, and ended up killing an 8-point and a doe. And I think he's got a doe on private land. And then I'm at I've hunted a lot with my son. My youngest son. My oldest son doesn't really care to hunt, so I've taken my youngest son a good bit. And we haven't scored one with him with me, but it's like having a bull in a china cabinet at times. He's only 10, so working on his ability to not be noisy and everything. I don't think him and I together have seen a deer. Then I've made 3 hunts on public land in Oklahoma, early season bow, the first couple weeks. Second week, I believe, of season, excuse me. And I saw 11 deer in 3 sits, all does, all within bow range. Did not shoot any, actually filmed some of them. So then I've hunted my place here in East Oklahoma, and saw, I think I've seen 12 or 15. I'd have to look at the numbers that I saw up till the last day of rifle season, I believe it was. I killed a decent 10-point, oddly enough, and I mean, he's not a bad deer. Probably 3.5-year-old. I never saw his head, never saw the horns. I saw the deer, saw his head. I never saw the horns. Thought I was shooting a good-sized doe at 150 yards. And because when it came out, it turned and was facing me. As soon as it stepped out, it turned and was looking dead straight at me, and just froze up right there. Don't know if it saw me. Don't know if it was. Now I think it was actually because it was downwind. I think it was winding for trying to see if there was any does up there where I was at, because I was in a funnel area and everything. And so excuse me, I think he was checking for that, and I shot him, facing me in the neck. Never saw his antlers. It was 15, 20 minutes before dark, so legal shooting was 5:30 something that day, so let's just call it 5:30. So it was 5:10, 5:15. Got down there, I waited, because he just kind of flipped over backwards and his head went behind a tree. It's funny. And I get down there about 10, 15 minutes, so right at dark. And I'm still thinking it's a doe. I actually text my wife and everything, and my dad was shot a good doe, we're just texting. And Ty and Brant, we were group texting, about me shooting. I told him I shot a doe, and I get down there, and it's 125-inch, 130-inch 10-point. So I'm like, oh, shit. And then they're like, how did you not see that? And my 10-year-old son's like, Dad, maybe we need to get your eyes checked again. Like, maybe your LASIK's wearing off. Really don't know what happened. Like, I never, just don't know what the hell I did. So, after that, I've pretty much went to just taking my youngest son, trying to get him one. Because basically, my last day to be able to hunt will be around the 4th or 5th of next month, and I won't be able to hunt. So if I'm not here, he can't hunt yet. So he's got a couple more years where he's able to do that on his own. And then, but with the changes being made, if we do that, he'll be all right. Hold on, Trapper, where's Buddy? What is he scratching on? Oh, sorry. My oldest son is in the shop here with me today, and he's working on his computer on his schoolwork. And I heard a noise, so I was asking him what the dog was doing because he let our Australian Shepherd in. Because this Australian Shepherd we have, when we bought the place, he actually came with the house, and they just love banding him. And he's a pretty good dog. We just call him Buddy because he's like a year and a half old when we got him. So I don't really know his name. Nobody said he had a name, so just started calling him Buddy. And he thinks he's an inside dog now. It took like a year of being skittish around me, but he'd go to the kids and my wife and everything. But he's a really great dog, and so he's out here in the shop with us today, just chilling. So not sure what he's getting into over there, but it's gonna be something. So that's our deer season in a nutshell has been that. It's been a pretty successful season as a whole, as a group. It's like my dad has actually killed one public land deer this year. He killed a couple last year down in Louisiana, so he's on the board. Like the collectively, the group that I hunt with and keep in touch with all the time has done really well this year, deer wise. So we're hoping to keep it up. Any of my listeners that are in the Texas area, specifically San Antonio, I've got questions about that area of possibly public land hunting and everything. So if any of y'all could reach out to me on that, I've got some questions because I'll be spending a little bit of time down there. So that would be where we're going with that. Our next step is I'll have this podcast come out. Like I said, that was just kind of a quick rundown of our deer season. I've got the guys lined up to possibly come on, and then I've got to reach out to another guy that I was supposed to have on a while back, and I didn't because of schedules. And I've got to reach out to him, and we'll go from there on those. We've got a lot going on with family and work, and as sure everybody does with family, work, holidays, all that happening right now. And so we're looking at moving forward on some DFO stuff next year. Hopefully, with what we got in mind, it works out really well, because we're trying to get everything to market sometime next year, like the feed and everything is our big thing. So obviously, any listeners that have any history in like bag development for products, we'd love to hear from y'all too. Looking for some stuff there and some retail suppliers so that we can have it in locations. So y'all reach out to us. Like I said, this one was just kind of a quick rundown. What we've been hunting here in Oklahoma is, yes, I've been hunting my public land, but we've been running a style of feed we call Sooner Blend that we just threw together here in Oklahoma for shits and giggles because it's different than our regular Cajun blend. And I've seen a lot of deer on it. Like the deer I shot the other day, not sure if he was coming into it or not, but like any pictures I have is them on that, and I've watched 22 head of deer prior to shooting that one total. This year, 11 on public, 11 and 12 on my place that I've seen in person, all in bow range. And then obviously the public wasn't over bait. Need to clarify that. The ones here was over bait, and then I have cameras out over bait stations, and we're doing pretty good on what we have as the Sooner blend. Just haven't had the time to hunt it and hunt it correctly. Hopefully, we can get. It's just bow hunting now. I have to leave, so the youngest son will be on the crossbow. Hopefully, he can get one. I may shoot another one with my compound if I get the opportunity. I just don't know. I've got a lot to do before we get into the meat of things, and the year's closing in a hurry. So, with that, let's see. This is, like I said, the 16th. This one comes out the 17th, which is Tuesday. Tomorrow, then what we look like. The next one comes out Christmas Eve. Then we'll have one New Year's Eve, and then we go into the year. So this is the third to last one for this year. I think the one that comes out January the 7th will actually be what we're going to call Season 3, Episode 1. So that's where we're at, and it's going to be a whole new thing. Then we've got some ideas on kicking some other podcasts off and everything, and working on a few things. We look forward to a big year, big opportunities. Thank y'all for taking time to listen to us. Julius Craig, Delta Lodge Outdoors.